Hey guys, I said I was going to post a video and I'm a man of my word. We had two cameras set up and apparently one of them, I don't know if I knocked it over or I accidentally turned it off or what happened. So we only got about half the footage that we really wanted to get. So that way I can get you guys out the information. So I'm going to put out there what I have, but I'm going to tell you it's not up to my normal standards. I apologize up front, but I have a feeling that here in the not too distant future, we're all going to be doing this job. So I'd rather have some information out there rather than no information. So I apologize in advance, but here's the video. Hey guys, I told you I was going to tell you how to do the lower control arms. Now, I will warn you, this is not a job for the faint of heart, but if you follow it step by step, take it one step at a time, this is not that hard of a job. It's just a lot of things have to come off to get to it. Now, this is the new one. And I will tell you that when you go, before you do this job, you need to do a little research. You need to get these new bolts. I went ahead and put those in to make sure everything was right, because these are torque to yield bolts. We're going to talk a little more about that later. But like I was saying, if you take this step by step, this is not that hard of a job, and it will make a huge difference in your alignment, your suspension, and just overall handling of your vehicle. Now, the procedure I'm doing is for a Ford C-Max, and the reason why I'm doing it is on YouTube there is nobody talking about it, and so I already did the other side to kind of learn some of the pitfalls and some of the ways to do it. That way you don't have to see me screw up a lot like I did. But the tools are pretty standard. You do need a 10 millimeter, a 15, an 18, a 19. You're definitely going to need a torque wrench, a couple ratchets, some zip ties, but I'll put that all in the description below. And you're definitely going to need some chemicals, brake parts cleaner or degreaser as I use, some PB Blaster and some grease, and a pickle fork. But like I said, let's get started. Now, before you do this, you need to drop all the trays, the front and the back, on your car. Now, the first thing we're going to do is there is a couple braces that you have to remove down here. And if you let me see the camera, I'll show you. This brace right here, where is it at? Right there and right there. Behind there is actually some 10 millimeter bolts. So let's go ahead and get that done first. You're going to remove that bar. Now you're going to get to this bolt right here. Let me show you. This bolt right. This bolt right there. It is an 18 millimeter and it is under 111 plus 90 degree turn, so it is a pain in the butt. Don't do what I did and break your 1/2 inch to 3/8 adapter. 18 millimeter. All right. New 1/2 inch to 3/8 inch adapter. Broken finger. All right.
Do you need flashlight?
Yeah. All right, guys. You're going to remove these two bolts. They're 10 millimeter, and you're going to remove these two 10 millimeter bolts, and then you're going to remove this bolt inside there. It's an 18 millimeter, and it is torqued down really heavy. To give you an idea, I just broke a 1/2 inch to 3/8 inch adapter because it is torqued to 111 foot-pounds plus an additional 90 degrees. The next bolts you're going to want to remove are these two right here. They're 18 millimeter, but on top of that, and it's really hard to get the camera in there. Let's see if I can. I really can't. But there's two 21 millimeter nuts on top. And then there's one bolt right here. It's a T55 and an 18 millimeter. And see, once you remove that bolt and those two bolts, and you remove the bottom joint with a pickle fork. You literally just pull on it and it comes right out. Okay guys, the other thing I would do is take out your lower, let's see if I can show you, your lower sway bar end link. It's a 15 millimeter nut with a 5 millimeter on the interior. What you want to do is set the hex key on the inside, that's the 5 millimeter, to tighten. And if you've got a ratcheting wrench or just a regular wrench, and loosen. And what I did was I went ahead and zip tied this sway bar end link to the drive line. And the reason for that being is, let me show you. Up here is where the sway bar is connected to the subframe, and it gives you a little bit of space right here, so that way when you put your control arm on, you don't have to worry about trying to lift it up and do all that all at the same time. Let's see if I can get the camera up in there. But see, it gives you plenty of room. And the other thing I did was I went ahead and cleaned off everything in this area with brake parts cleaner and degreaser, so that way you don't have rust issues in the future. Hey guys, here's another tip for you. When you go to put these new control arms in, take your 21 millimeter socket, put it over the top, and hit it with a hammer a couple times to get it to bend back, because if not, these new ones are so stiff, they're just really hard to move. So that'll make things a little bit easier for you.